Equality is about making sure that no woman is left behind because of who they are. At the National Women's Council, we're all about advancing women's rights and equality. So we're a membership-based organisation with over 200 member organisations, and together we work to advance those rights of women across our island. We support government, we advocate for people on the ground, and we work with our membership organisations to make sure that they have the right resources that they need to be able to do their work. An example of the work we do is our recent research on the free contraception scheme, looking at why different groups of women aren't able to access free contraception compared to the general population of Ireland. What we've discovered is, for example, migrant groups aren't accessing free contraception. And whenever we look at why, we discover that they simply aren't aware. So what do we need to do now? We need to push for legislators, for the policymakers to make sure that they are enforcing that this literature comes out in all different languages, where it's put out, to make sure that people can access it, and to make sure that every woman in Ireland who needs to access free contraception can. We know that the EU promotes gender equality across Europe, and in terms of Ireland, we have been really well supported in that idea of gender equality because we are members of the EU. We know that there's a lot of work to do across the island of Ireland. 1 in 2 women will experience sexual violence. Our childcare rates are the highest across Europe, and we know that 1,500 women have already travelled across the water to have an abortion. I think for the National Women's Council, one of our biggest asks is that whilst there are big agenda items for our EU presidency, is that we look at everything through a gender lens. So whenever we're looking at socio-economic policies, when we're looking at legislation, that we put a gendered lens on them to see how will this impact women, and not to have gender as an add-on.